T20 cricket, well, it was originally brought in because it was short, it was fast, it was exciting. It would get a different generation coming along to the grounds to watch a short, fast format and be home in time for maybe a late night supper. 7 o'clock game, home by 10:30, 8 o'clock game, home by 11:30 at the latest. Unfortunately, now it is dragging on too long. Too many games are going 4 hours, 4 hours 10, 4 hours 15. I know there are some circumstances on which this will happen, due perhaps a lot of wet balls, a lot of changing of balls and things like that. But one of the biggest issues, or two big issues, captains taking far too long to set fields, bowlers having far too much strategy and spending far too much time worrying about things, and bowling overs in 5-6 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's getting far too long, and people are turning off. I think people are turning off sometimes around the world. Not so much in India. You might find you see big crowds at the IPL still. But what about those people that want to take their families along? I mean, we first few years we saw kids, we saw 8-year-old kids, 9-year-old kids coming along to games all over the world. Now I think it's getting too late. You don't want to be getting home at 1 a.m. in the morning. They've got to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. Fines aren't working. Players are earning too much money, so hurting them in the pocket with a little bit of money is not working at all. Maybe we go back to the days of the old one-day internationals, where if you bowled your 20 overs in the first innings on time, or without time, sorry, you got penalised. You didn't get to bat. You only got to bat for 18 overs, something like that. I don't know whether that will work, because the side batting second, how do they get penalised? In the next game, maybe you take points off them. I'm not sure what is going to work. Maybe larger fines. Do we fine these players ridiculous amounts? A match fee perhaps. I mean, these guys in the IPL earning 6, 7, 800,000, that's 45, 50, 60,000 a game at times. Do we fine the skipper that much? I don't know whether that will work or not, because the team owners, if they're winning, might end up paying that sort of price as well. One thing's for sure, it's got to be shortened down. The 100 ball will be interesting when that comes around in England. They've got a time clock, you've got to have bowled your overs. I'm not sure what the penalties were there are going to be, but some way or another around the world we have to make sure that T20 cricket is 1.5 hours for 20 overs, a 15-minute innings break, and 1.5 hours. It's done. 3 hours and 15 minutes, and we can all get home, we can all have our supper, and we're not working from one day into the middle of the morning on the next day. Fix it somehow.